Hi all, I'm Kiwi21. I'm a former Marvel Snap player that now is a regular Pocket player that also plays in a lot of tournaments, and I judge tournaments from time to time. If you're finding my content for the first time, I'd like to say a big welcome to my channel, where I will be doing regular tournament meta breakdowns and gameplay videos with various meta and off-meta decks. Arcana MD held a Pokemon Pocket tournament of 256 players. It was named the Pocket Pandemonium. First off, Swiss had a showing that was kind of to be expected. About 66 players, or roughly 26% of all players, were playing different variations of Mewtwo Gardevoir. The first place player, named Rain, did actually win the whole tournament with their own Mewtwo Gardevoir list. That list is showing on the screen right now. The rest of the playing field was a showing of various Pikachu lists, which was about 56 players playing various Pikachu lists. That was a range of Pikachu Zapdos, with 2 players playing Pikachu Zapdos, and also then Pikachu Zebstrika, Pikachu Raichu, and Pikachu Electrode. Beyond that, we had a good bit of variation. The rest of the playing field was made up of Moltres Charizard, Moltres Arcanine, some Arbok Weezing lists, some Blaine decks, Marowak Sandslash, Alakazam Weezing decks. Neither of those couple of mentions did put up any showing in the top 16 cut. However, we did have a showing of some Venusaur Executor lists and various other decks, totaling up to about 60 different lists that were one or two of. Some of those lists actually did make it into the top cut. We had 2 water lists and a Venusaur Executor list in the top cut, which was up. It was different to see a variety of decks in the top cut. There was a pretty standard showing of Mewtwo and Pikachu in the top cut, 9 Mewtwo Gardevoir lists, and also 4 Pikachu lists. Then we had, like I said before, the 2 water lists in Articuno and Greninja and Starmie Articuno, and then we had Venusaur Executor. Outside of the Mewtwo and Pikachu lists, none of those lists made it into the top 8. Next, I'm just going to go through the lists for top 8 and show the various lists for top 8. First off, we have Rain, who did take the number 1 spot with their, like I said before, the variation of Mewtwo Gardevoir, like it was shown on the screen. They were running Jinx as their 5th basic. I was watching part of this tournament, and they used that Jinx pretty well. They used that Jinx to end up taking out a Zapdos EX at one point during the tournament, which really secured their victory in that game. It wasn't the final point, but it did secure them their first 2 points, and taking away all of their opponent's energy, because their opponent had put all their energy up to that point on that Zapdos EX. In second place, it is Rador M with their variation of Pikachu EX, Zapdos EX, which really was in the metagame as Pikachu Zebstrika. And it's a pretty standard Pikachu Zebstrika list with the Pinchin. And however, I believe the standard list does not have red cards. Radar did decide to include red card in their list. Whether that was a good thing or not, well, they did make top cut. Then we have a showing of Kanye for the Kids. Cool name, by the way, Kanye. With their variation of Mewtwo with Baby Mewtwo. This is the pretty normal list that's been going around a lot in a lot of tournaments now, and people are using Baby Mewtwo as a way to stall Pikachu to give or to have a better matchup against Pikachu EX, one of the lines with this deck is typically to front run your baby Mewtwo, let Pikachu take out the baby Mewtwo, and then you put up either your routes or Curlier or Gardevoir, whichever one you have at that time, to let them take another point off of that, which all throughout this time you're just building up your energy on your Mewtwo EX, building up that Mewtwo EX, ready for that Mewtwo EX to come in and take the game. If enough turns go by, you could be looking at 4 or 5 energy already built up on the Mewtwo EX. As soon as that Pikachu takes their second point, you're taking 2 points right back with the Mewtwo EX with Side Drive. Then we have in 4th place, or well, 3rd/4th was Kanye and Noko. There was no semifinals match between Kanye or Noku to decide on 3rd or 4th place. Kanye did actually place higher in Swiss, so based on that, they did become the 3rd place based on the standings, but really they're both top 4. Noku has ran Pikachu, Zebstrika, Zapdos, Pinshirin. This list, I believe, is almost the exact same list as Rador ran. Not 100% sure now looking at this. Actually, it is the exact same list. Noku and Rador M both ran the exact same list. In top 4, they actually had a mirror match. So it was a card-for-card mirror match deciding top 4 for who was going to top 2. Falranth in top 8 with their baby Mewtwo Gardevoir list. No red card in this list. I think this might be one of the only lists in top 8 that did not have red card. If not the only, it was one of only 2. Next we have Wander with their variation of baby Mewtwo, the Mewtwo list. This is pretty much the same as the previous lists. The only difference is the previous lists were choosing to run either double Sabrina or double Giovanni, along with a red card in replace of a potion. And then, again, another pretty standard baby Mewtwo list from Bank Shop Bob. These were Falranth, Wander, Bank Shop Bob, and lastly Zopi. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Were the top 8. Then lastly we have a Pika Raichu Lieutenant Surge list. Completely different. Zopi, it was running Electabuzz. Haven't seen that before in a Pikachu Raichu list that actually made it to top cut. I did play against it in randoms one day. It was a pretty cool list. But this one, Zopi took and piloted to top 8. Well, there you have it, folks. That was a breakdown of the metagame for Pocket Pandemonium number 2.5. Thank you for watching. As you can see, this is my first video on this channel. I'll be doing more videos like this in the future, so please hit that subscribe button to make sure you get to see all of my future content. Furthermore, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button and comment to any thoughts you had or anything you'd like to see in a future video. Once again, I'm KW21, your resident Pocket player and Pocket Judge.